Hi everyone, it's Death Bagel here, and this is a video that I'm doing really for Sacred Stingray because well, I was talking to him today and he said that he wanted me to make more videos, so I'm making another video. So what we're looking at right now is a guild house that I designed for the spawn town that I was building on our last map, Neo. Right now this is an ARC, this is our creative map, so you need special permission to be able to view this. So for all those of you who are on the server but aren't ARC rank, well, you get to see this. So this was going to go right next to the spawn pit. Actually, this is the spawn pit design right here that we used. Obviously it wasn't surrounded by flat grass. But this was going to tower over this because I had a bit of a thing for obnoxiously large towers on Neo. My house loomed over the original spawn town, even though it was eventually slightly shorter than Shadow Dude's clock tower. Anyway, so this was meant to hold a guild for building roads around spawn because there was a lot of demand for new plots and we wanted to have a nice road system, and so this was just a way of encouraging people to help out with the roads. The architecture, I was kind of inspired by, I don't know if anyone knows, the Grand Place in Brussels has a lot of really old beautiful Gothic guild halls, and so that was kind of my inspiration for making this very vertical guild hall. Also Dishonored, I played a lot of Dishonored in the week before I made this, so that had some effect for sure. One thing, the cobble, I have to say I had not built with cobble for a very long time until now, and I don't know, I'm pretty pleased with the result. Just minimal on these eaves. I was inspired by a lot of other players using them as detail, and I don't know, it's actually a nice high contrast texture if you use it correctly. So walking inside the lobby here, it's just a little security booth sort of thing. The iron grating, and just sort of like a lounge area. This sort of step effect, I don't know, maybe it's not that cool, but I think these sort of recesses, it reminds me of like in old buildings where you have the radiator under the windowsill. So I was happy with that. And quartz and hardened clay tile amazingly well, so that was nice. Have the stairs here. As you can see, the basement did not ever get built because we reset the map kind of suddenly because we were having major lag issues using an older map with the 1.6 update. Or actually, is that the 1.7 update? My bad. Anyways, so we had to create a new map for that, and so all my work on Spawn Town was kind of quickly destroyed, so I was a bit sad about that, and that's part of the reason why I want to record this building. So first floor audience room, this is sort of, I don't know, I guess a dining hall as well as an audience chamber for the guild. Have these thrones here for the officers of the guild. Big bay windows. The hedge ceiling I think is sort of cool, especially with the logs, which I've used sort of, I don't know, I've used them in sort of naturalistic ways and also to just as a kind of generic gray texture. I think acacia is probably like the most versatile material yet in this game. Like it has so many different uses, it's fantastic. Also stained glass, because actually when I was showing this to Glummer, just to tease me, he changed all these windows to regular glass panes and it looked absolutely terrible. Truly horrifyingly bad. It was bad. Up some more stairs here. The staff quarters are maybe not the nicest part of the building, but like I said, playing a lot of Dishonored, so maybe a bit of classism in my mind as I was building the structure. Here's the second floor library. Shadow Dude remarked that I used the European style of floor naming, which he hated. But I figured it was sort of a European sort of building, so that's what I did. Notice the floor here. We're sort of in the round part of the building right now. This sort of tower. But the floors are just tiled with quartz on every floor, but I wanted to use a different color. Thought about making them some sort of actual logical pattern, but I ended up just using random colors that I thought looked nice. Going up again. This is a very tall building, like I said. It really did look out of place among a lot of second-story buildings, or at least it would have if I'd actually finished it, which I never did. These are the third floor offices here. Office of the Lord Commander, which of course is me. In my defense, I'd like to say that I didn't actually build a house in Spawntown. I didn't reserve any plots. This was all I got, so I sort of wanted to make a nice living quarters for myself within this building. So I have my ostentatious gold throne here, the desk, another big fireplace, and of course it's in the large round part of the building. And these are offices for the other officers. They got a bit cramped. I originally wanted to make a full separate floor for this, but as the building was already like 60 blocks tall at this point and only getting taller, I decided to restrain the height a bit, and so they didn't end up with much space. Yeah, we're really high up at this point, as you can see. So lastly, at the very top of the building is private. This is my sleeping quarters. Have large bed here, table, lots of flowers, chests. The ceiling is extra tall in here, which I think makes it a lot more spacious feeling, more luxurious, and well, okay, the view is pretty much just flat grass, but if this had actually been finished in Spawntown, it would have been a fantastic view. I was really happy with New Spawn. I think it turned out great, and it's too bad we had to get rid of it, but we're doing a lot of cool buttons are the worst. Okay. Admin hacks for the win. So anyways, yeah, this is top, and then it's topped out with a kind of lighthousey type thing and a spire, and so that's essentially the building there. That's the guild house. It provides, well, it doesn't provide sleeping quarters for everyone, but it provides my sleeping quarters and offices for the officers and a meeting hall and a library, and so all the sort of things that it needs. And I do like the subgrade first floor. It looks kind of squat. I think it makes the building look kind of heavy and impressive, while at the same time it's very vertical, so sort of what I was going for. While I'm walking around my stuff, may as well just, this is a gate that I designed. You notice it's the same sort of road pattern as here. This was the pattern that we used for the main boulevard. I think it was called, I think I called it Broadway, but it ran by the spawn pit. And so this was, we walled the outside of the city, or at least we were going to, and so this was going to be the main exit from the town. This is the spawn pit itself. This took a lot of planning, but I don't know, I like it. I don't think it's my favorite. I think I like the spawn pits immediately before and after this too, but if you compare this with like the spawn pit from my earlier videos on our earlier maps, it's completely different. Much more detail. Just wanted to make sure it was still recording here. So that's pretty much all the things that I made for New Spawn. This was a design that DW made for the spawn pit, which this never got built. The spawn pit actually did get built. That's the only thing here that actually ever got built in survival mode. But the rest of this is all just ideas. I do like the garden idea, but it would be a little tricky with people spawning. I don't know, people would be messing around in the fountain and everything. Oh wait, no, this is the last thing. I mean, this didn't get built exactly, but this shows the general road pattern for the smaller streets. We ended up making them 3 blocks wide, just because some people have a vendetta against even-sized things. So that's the video. I hope that gives you a good idea of what was going on with some of the Spawn Town design. It's a shame that I can't record the actual thing for you, although I guess in a way, I mean, most of these things never got built, so it doesn't really matter in the end. Anyways, that's all. Sacred Stingray, I hope that makes you happy, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.